What up, guys and gals? I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm at. I got a maintenance guy on the way. We got no cooling. Both these guys are running. We got some old trains. Cold, the air feels warmish, and I got decent, what I can feel, airflow. They should be alright. Got no condensate. There's a classroom. I thought it was on this side, so there's going to be another set of units on the other side. I didn't see any alarms on the panel. This is a weird old control system. I think it's a web-based. I don't even know what it's called. I shouldn't have to dig into that. It's got some sort of controls, but I think we're going to be looking for a mechanical problem. That's helpful. All right. How hard do I got to push to tear this thing down? We got the same kind of old trains over there. So let's get this open and wait on the maintenance guy. If those are both running, we're going to have to start figuring out which one's not running full capacity, or figure out exactly which unit serves the classroom in question. I need a pull sign. Dumb HVAC guy. Let's see if we got anything over here not running. What are we doing here? That's interesting. I'm not sure. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to try to make sense of nonsense. Alright, this is the only guy that I just heard a compressor kick on here. This is the only guy not running. I got a blower. It says zone 4. I don't know what the hell that means. It's got some rust. Woo! What? Somebody explain that to me. I'd say it's nonsense, but I'm guessing there was a reason. That's a maintenance guy's doing there. Blower sounds okay. I'll bet we got a cooling lockout. What do you want to bet? Because cooling's not running. Everything else is running. I got one hot space, so I'm going to start here. Grab my tool bag and get these panels off. Who needs a drill? I mean, you know. It's luckily it's back here. If this was on normal rooftop, this panel would have been in a parking lot somewhere. So when we're done, we're going to get everything secured. So I got condensation on the first stage, and you got all the usual problem spots. These old ones like to leak down in here, but I don't see any oil, so that's a good start. Work's been done to both stages. Different filter dryers in there, and you can see circuit 2 has been overheating a little bit. Discolored tag on the compressor there. I don't know what that is or why it's here, but I'm sure it's a manual for something. Now we're back to square one. We got no lockout on that RTRM board. It would be flashy light thing. Somebody's been in here messing with shit. These things are old. There's an old tag. It's probably not going to help me at all. Contactor looks like junk. It's probably still okay, but it needs to go. Blower contactor's pulled in, and there's no other lockout. I got another manual up here. So we're just doing visual inspection because I got a stage 1 running and no lockout. Maybe this is not my problem. So I'm gonna have to get a hold of said maintenance guy that is supposed to be showing me what unit that I'm supposed to be working on. But this, they noticed this earlier in the week. We're just starting to get warm. We've had some 80-degree days, and it's Thursday now. It was 60 degrees this morning, so the space is actually pretty cool. So I don't know what all's calling and everything else. I can't really see that from the system that I have, the control system. So we're going to be basically going by what unit he tells us was the issue. There's our COM here. COM green. Interesting. So We're gonna watch it for a little bit. Hopefully my maintenance guy shows up and tells me something that I don't know. Oh, look, we're filtering our outdoor air really well. The economizer's not open. Barometric relief is dirty and just falling apart. Lord only knows where that filter went, but so I shouldn't be have a problem with the economizer, because that could have been with these cool mornings we've had. We get 50 and 60 degree mornings. Economizers will throw you off sometimes. And that's typical. These things probably haven't been touched for years, although the coils, at least on the other side, the ones that were running, felt like they were moving some air. I'm sure they've never been, I mean, we're moving air good enough that I would think they would work. I don't know who cleans them, who changes filters. The filters are probably dirty too, and if they clean them, they probably don't split them. So while we're waiting, let's start fixing some little stuff that we can. A couple wire ties. We got a unit in here too, I just realized. Just kicked in. These are going to go down to the second and first floors. I've got 4 units, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. And if you don't have a Militar doorstop, what are you doing? So this guy kicked in. Normally my first stage is running. Y'all aren't going to be able to hear it, but that just a slight noise out of that compressor. But we got all my condenser fans. That's the first thing I was looking for. Figured maybe I lost a condenser fan somewhere, but I got good heat coming out. I mean, they got hail damage over the years. You can see the hail, but for the most part, I'm drawing air. It should be halfway cooling. So I'm gonna go back down to the second floor mechanical room where the control is and just kind of scroll through. I didn't see any active alarms, but we're gonna try to look at the rooftops. I don't know what I'll get inside, but while I'm waiting on the maintenance guy to show me what unit he supposedly thought wasn't working, we're gonna go down there and do that to try to be halfway productive. Try to get my wires off the line. Just kind of quick wire tie, get them out of the way. I want to hear the maintenance guy's explanation for that. Ooh, look, you there? We got a high limit on one of these that's hiding in here. It doesn't look terribly old. And they took the whole damn copper tube out. Rick said it on his last video, down and dirty, man. I'm not looking for all the problems I could find, because I could be here for weeks. But I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna go look at a control, whatever their maintenance guys have done, or the last guys that were here, I guess. I don't know. I've been on this building before. It's been a couple years. I do have a nice little, sitting area out here. But let's keep on moving and try to do something halfway productive while I'm waiting. Just seeing what I got here. I got all 4 rooftop units. I got discharge pressure and static pressure, and it's a Honeywell Rapid Link. Been a long time, but it shows me all of my, somebody's written it right here on the wall for me, so I just need to find, I think it was 206. I'm looking for zones 3, RTE3, so that's helpful. Let's keep scrolling through. And we are going to be RTE3, so it's only got a single stage run, but it's 62 degrees. The other one had 54, so it's not cooling very well. It might be froze up. Keep scrolling and see what else I can find, and then head back to the roof and look at that rooftop. So this could be part of my problem. This is my zone data, and I was expecting the temperatures to show up there. That supply temp on the rooftop did start dropping, but let's go back and see if we can. Let's see zone data on 2 and see if it comes up. Yeah, see, I should see temperatures there. So I may have found an issue. Maybe it is just in the controls. always skip the controls, guys. Go straight to the mechanical stuff because it's easier, and most of the time it's not the controls. These are old controls though. So let's see what I can find on this. We should be getting temperatures there, and I might have to call for some help on this one. It's a lawn network. I don't remember the last time I've ever messed with this or connected to it, if I've connected to it. But I've got some resources I can use if I need to. Let's see about these zone temperatures. Tricky. Now we're gonna chase ghost. I don't know. I mean, the other ones popped up quick. These were blank for a while. If this is a comm issue, we got a whole nother problem. So let's focus on what we know. We've got temperatures now. We'll keep an eye on it. I didn't see any active alarms on this control. See, I mean, you see it populates pretty quick when you get to it. We're still on stage 1 and we got 50 degrees. That's a little odd too. We got 72 coming in, but the filters are dirty, the belt is loose, and blah 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 blah. Y'all know the story. Although I do have 2.5 duct static. All right, let's go look at a rooftop. We might have comm issues. I don't know why that just went away. Except it hit 50 degrees. That might have been. Alright, let's go make sure the rooftop's doing what it's supposed to and everything's working on it, and then we'll go from there. It just came back. There it is. So you will have comm failures with systems, especially old systems like this. It should usually keep running. I thought it was going to be on this side. It's going to be on the other side. Keep in mind we got an ERV too. But I need to find number 3. And unless these are labeled wrong, y'all can't see it. Maybe that one that says 2. I thought the one on the other side said 2 as well. Let's keep digging. I still ain't seen a maintenance guy, and I'm wondering if something didn't get done because there's a water hose hooked up right outside of here. Like maybe, hey, it's hot. We cleaned the coils and changed the filters. Or probably just sprayed the coils from the outside. So let's find out which one it is. All right, this is getting even more confusing. There were some stickers on these things that had numbers on them. This one I can't read. None of the numbers match. This is paint marker and says zone 3, so I'm gonna assume that this is my problem. Except it's weird because I'm pretty sure I was on the other side. The classrooms are split up in corners, so I thought it was gonna be over there. But none of the numbers they're painted here, so this says 2. I can't read that, but none of the numbers match. But I do know somebody wrote a paint marker right there, and same way over here. They wrote me a zone 4 with paint marker. So I'm gonna assume somebody knew what they were doing, and zone 3 is the one I'm looking for. Kill the power, go down and look at the control. I should have all dashes, no information, and my cooling's not running right now anyways. And it probably hit a low limit or something like that. But, I mean, it sounds okay, but we'll tear it all apart and look. So I actually I see condensate on both suction lines. It's not running right now. Obviously, I'm colder on the outlet of those dryers than I am it's sitting off right now, but I'll suspect there's restrictions. I mean, with both stages of the condensate on the suction line, and I got it bone dry. I mean, there's no water, no condensate, no nothing in the pan. And we can see, I mean, it's not froze up. I mean, because that's what'll happen over the years of neglect. I mean, the belt's reasonable. I'll bet they came out and cleaned the coils and tightened the belts before they even called us. What do you want to bet? Wheel don't look awful, but I mean, it's cold. This is just kind of weird. I mean, the filters are, I mean, I can see light through them. They're not clean, but they're not awful. The evaporator's awful. They could be cleaner. The evaporator could be cleaner too. I mean, it's got a bunch of, I mean, you got years of crap in here. I don't know what this goes down to, so you can't really clean it. You'd have to really pull the economizer and get a hose in there and try to block the water from going down. Somebody's pulled the smoke detector, so the smoke detector's missing. I don't know if that, I don't know. I'm not going to try to answer all the questions that I have, because there's going to continue to be questions, no doubt about that. Let's I'm gonna have to get gauges on it, because I got condensation on both. We saw the condenser fan motors run, and we saw at least one stage calling, but I'm sure there's a temp limit on the supplier on that thing, and it's hitting that temp limit, which would kind of go against my theory of a restriction. You would think with a restriction I would have a higher than normal supply temp, but who knows. So we might get a set of gauges on this guy. Somebody's written here before. I don't see any other, I mean, there's tags here. Invalid static pressure and supplier temp, reset, operational, possible controller failing. 25.5, I don't, oh, 25 volts, connections tight. I'm pretty sure that's my initials. 21, I don't remember that. That looks like that was a reset and run kind of deal. What are we hanging on to the coil for? Are we rebuilding contactors here? What are we doing? What are we doing? These contactors don't look quite as bad. This one's the worst. This is the original contactor with those angled contacts. That one's been replaced at some point. So let's keep on digging. We're probably going to have to throw a set of gauges on this guy, because we know it's halfway running. Alright, so we're looking at about 64 right now. Before I go down, it's about lunchtime, so I'm probably going to go grab lunch. I should have ate before I came. I knew this was going to happen. But before I go down and grab my probes and gauges and all that stuff, we're going to verify our temp. We'll let it cycle back on. Goes first stage, just to see if we're close. I don't know where this temp sensor is, but if my temp sensor's reading off, I mean, we saw it jump down to 49 pretty damn quick, with at least the control only showing one stage. So if that's not reading correct, and I do have a low temp limit, which, I mean, you're gonna have a low temp limit with almost everything. That's so we're not running second stage. We had it shut off for a while, so it's gonna take a little while, but we're just gonna watch, because we were running. I'm gonna have to figure out where that damn sensor is. I'm guessing, unless this drops drastically, maybe it didn't catch up. Sometimes the controls that you're looking at downstairs on the wall don't catch up with what's actually happening. So maybe it had a stage 2 call. That's what cycled my temperature way down, and I just didn't see it on the control. That's why my temp dropped. And I got a cold suction line. Let's get in here and feel our dryers. Stage 1. No noticeable temp drop across that dryer. Not with my hand, at least. These are, unlike the other ones we saw, you can see they're painted. These are original dryers. So we got original dryers, original compressors in this guy. And it looks like this one's got less. You know, you saw the discoloration on the other one that we looked at first. It's got less discoloration. I mean, I got a pretty cold suction line here. This is gonna be R22. So if I'm 72 degree return, 52 would be 20, we're at 56. We saw down to 49. That's military right there. We got an air show coming tomorrow on Friday. The Thunder over Louisville. It's the biggest fireworks show in the country, and air show's pretty awesome too. That's all happening this weekend, so that's why our planes are flying over. So there went second stage. Same deal. Molecular lines aren't even really warm. I feel like I'm moving air. That's 52. We'll give it a minute to stabilize. This is not the best place, and good luck trying to find the actual temp sensor. I mean, it might be right down in here, I don't know, but I would say it's going to be down the duct a little ways because you wouldn't want it right here this close. But I'd say it probably did cycle second stage on, and then we're doing 51 degrees here. We were showing 49 earlier. I'm going to say that's pretty accurate, so I need to know what happened and what they did. I mean, did they clean the coil? Did they tighten this belt? Was that a problem before? I mean, I got heat coming out of my condenser. There's duck butter on the damn fan blade. I mean, we'll have to get amp draws on everything. Could have a fan motor dropping out. I would figure, I mean, they didn't turn it off, so this thing's been, kicking for a while. It's been running all day. It's midday now. This thing should have been, if I had a fan motor stopped, even though I can hear a little bit of noise from them, it should have been locked up by now. And I'm drawing some air. It could probably, unless they cleaned it, it could probably be split and clean. This one looks in better shape than some of the others. So we're just gonna keep checking and see if maybe they did something that I haven't heard about, but I'm glad I didn't wait around for the maintenance guy because I still haven't seen him and I may not see him, so I'm trying to at least be productive. I've got a few answers right now, so at least there's no lockouts, and hell, it could have been a controlled communication problem. So I'm gonna eat lunch and then we'll monitor the space temperatures. I mean, it had condensate in it at some point, and that doesn't look as chunky as the last one, so I wonder if somebody didn't clean that too. They may have already fixed all their problems. I'm gonna go eat. We'll let this guy run. We'll see what it's doing when we get back. Now that my unit's running, I'm just kind of thinking outside the box. Both my fans and my ERV wheel is running. When's the last time you think they changed these things? I don't know. I don't know what this box thing does. It just runs blowers. It dumps air out all the time. I'm just curious if some of this isn't all an accumulative effect. If we're not ventilating right, we're a little bit dirty filters, both things, we could be just kind of killing ourselves here, but we still got both stage running. And I'm looking at that 48 degrees, which seems a little low, 47 now. I'm up here close, so I mean, if I give a few degrees off, that 68, 70 degree space. It's kind of a low supply temp, but it doesn't seem to be cutting me off right now. And there's no lockout, so I can't really explain what would have happened unless they did something and cleaned the coil or, whatever. They didn't change the filters. Maybe they tightened the belt. I need to check. They might need a new belt. That one looked like it was extended. That idler pulley was pretty far back this way. So I'm curious if maybe it's not either the wrong size belt or they just put another old belt on, swapped it out. Maybe it broke a belt, they threw an old belt on it, and it's already stretched out. That can affect your airflow a little bit too. So I'm gonna go eat. We'll let this thing run and check on it when we get back. All those spaces were 72 degrees, so we may be chasing a ghost right now. And I got no real way of knowing what happened until I find the guy who's supposed to come find me and show me what unit I was supposed to be working on, but all this is working. So I have gone through, you can dig in here. I'm not sure min-max settings, it doesn't show me any of that. This is about as far as I can get to see. One's at 66, one's at 75. The controls keep dropping out like that, especially when I'm doing a bunch of stuff. They're all set at 71.5 and they're all at 72.5, so I don't know if there's differential there. What exactly is happening? Might have to verify these positions. I have no way to plug into this thing. My computer crashed, I don't know, not too long ago. I'm sure we do somewhere, but I'm gonna have to get a hold of the right people and see. Because we're doing okay today. Still haven't seen a maintenance guy. Imagine that. So back from lunch, I got 2 zones satisfied. I don't know if there's people where, but in the other zone, and I've seen my damper positions moved too, or at least showed they moved in the control. So I think all that's working as well. On the way out, still didn't see a maintenance guy. Imagine that. The lady at the front desk did tell me that he was saying it wasn't making set point, which we're making set point. I also don't know how far they want me to go, because I need to probably split and clean the coils, change the filters, put new belts on, all that good stuff that they usually do. So I gotta make a few calls, but I think we're gonna be okay here. I don't know really where else to go. The rooftop's running. I have not put gauges on it. I don't see any reason to at this point. So we'll kind of go from there. Let's see what happens. All right, so at least got a plan. This thing's still running. So the only thing I really changed was I pulled these filters out, which if we're not air changing here, these were all designed to do with the ERV. So that really could have been affecting us. Although some of my filters don't have much of anything left, they obviously need to go. Everything needs to go. They need new belts, they need the coils cleaned, they need the filters changed on the rooftops, but the filters on the rooftops aren't affecting me too terribly bad right now. We're gonna recommend that they do all this stuff, because I can't do all that obviously today, and especially because I haven't even talked to the maintenance guy who was supposed to meet me here and kind of give me some guidance on what I was trying to do. So, having said that, their only problem was it wasn't making set point. I pulled these filters out and I really did no other adjustments. There was nothing locked out. This thing was running. So I'm going to go get filters for just the ERV. I'm going to check the one on the other side and we'll get those if we need to. We're going to let it run and we'll come back and put new ERV filters in, because these are, I can't put them back in. It's not doing anybody any good. And then we're going to leave everything else alone and we'll give them some options on what they want to do. We really need to have somebody come out and spend a day and clean everything, change all the belts and do all that good stuff. The ERV wheel is going to be just as bad. It probably needs to be replaced. These things are, I don't know, I think probably 30 years old, 20, let's say 20 years old. I don't remember how they did it. Maybe in 01. That might be an 01. Oh no, here you go, 08. So less than 20 years old, but they've got some life off of them because they don't get taken care of. But they're still running with a little bit of love. I think the whole building will be all right. So that's what we're gonna do. go get some filters and change filters and get the hell out of here and move on to the next one. So we're back. Still ain't seen a maintenance guy. Got my filters. I'm gonna leave y'all here. I thought this might be a little more interesting, but you know, we got to find some stuff and do whatever we did, which wasn't much. But anyways, not all turds get polished. Sometimes you just blow them off and chuck them back in a pot. So that's where we're at. We're gonna try to get these guys some love one day, but for right now, that guy's getting filters and I'm getting the hell out of here. Leave your tray better than you find it. See y'all next time.